Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Ben from ShouldIGetIt.com. This is a GoPro on my head, and we are in the Audi A4 B9. This is the 2017 model. This exact car from Audi of Stevens Creek has just 144 miles on it. Most of those I put on earlier today, and I want to drive the car and talk a little bit about it with you guys. So we're going to go ahead and start it up right now and take it for a drive. So I want to give the A4 a drive because I know I've been doing a lot of sports cars lately and fun cars like the Miata and I did the Audi RS7 with Stevens Creek earlier. I wanted to give a more daily driver type car a run for its money. So this is a 2017 A4, like I mentioned. It's got a couple of options on it, so it runs right around $50,000, but they start right under 40. And so far, I am a big fan of the car. So real quick, while we're at the stoplight, I'm gonna hook up my iPhone. And this car actually comes with Android Auto, I believe it's called, and Apple CarPlay. So we can get that plugged in and put away. And it's on CarPlay right there. So it might start playing music. If it does, we'll just shut that off. But let's see if I can do that from my watch. There we go. So anyways, the A4, I've been driving for a couple of hours now. Really comfortable car, super smooth and quiet. And I've tweaked the driving settings a little bit just for my enjoyment. So as you can see, it's in dynamic mode. That's kind of like the sport mode in most other cars, and you can change that. There's actually a button right here called Drive Select, so you can change between comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. What I've been doing is the individual option here. Let me go back to it. So I've been doing individual, and then you can shift it over. So I have the engine transmission dynamic, so when I step on it, it's pretty quick, but the steering is still very light in comfort mode. So you can see that I'm moving it, not too much steering input is happening, very, very light right there. And so super powerful car. I mean, not super powerful, but you know, for a daily driver, it's got more than enough power. It's got 252 horsepower from a turbo 2-liter inline 4, and then it's got 273 pound-feet of torque, I believe. So off the line, I'll show you guys right here, it's pretty quick. And then what's cool is that in these gauges, I can change the various views to either music or my phone or maps. And then of course I can control it by zooming in or out. So that's really awesome. And then if I want to switch the view to have these be a little bit smaller, make the maps bigger, I can do that. I'll let this motorcyclist go. You can see that the car is pretty quick to 60. I mean, you just put your foot down, it's got power. If you want, you can use the paddle shifters. And the car has no problem getting up to speed. You know, if you need to pass people, or if you're just going for a more spirited drive, it has no problem at all. It's just in the canyons with it. Handles pretty well. This is a Quattro, so it has 4-wheel drive. There is also an option for just front-wheel drive. That's the base, the most basic model that you'd get would be front wheel. And then what's really cool is in the interior right here, these buttons are all kind of touch sensitive, so you can see that I'm just putting my finger over it, and then I can turn it on by actually flicking the buttons up and down. Of course, change my temperatures here. Really intuitive, easy to use system. And of course, I can crank this AC up, which I want to do because it's 85 degrees right now, but I also don't want to ruin our audio, so I'll turn that down. It does have auto start stop, so you know, it tries to be as eco-friendly as it can. I believe it gets 27 miles to the gallon combined, so it's 24 city, 31 on the highway. Really nice and comfortable interior. I mean, I got in and I was doing my seat adjustments, and it does have bolstering in the seats, some air bolstering, so you can change basically the lumbar support and then a little bit of support right here, your thighs, and it has this knee extension piece that hopefully you guys can see moving out right there with my palm tree pants. It looks really good on the inside. It's very, very quiet. It has a sunroof up here, which is really nice. We can go ahead and close that or open it with the controls here. Very simple to use. And I really like this design right here for the gas tank. So empty and full. It's got these nice lights that match kind of the dancing lights around the car on the front and the rear. So when you lock it and unlock it, or when you turn your turn signals on, it does a very nice dance through the lights, which looks awesome. And then, of course, for your engine temperature, you have hot and cold right there. Cruise control is super easy to set. We just pull it right here. Let me change the view for you guys. We just pull this down. You know, cruise sets at 55, and then I can pull it towards myself, turns green, and now the cruise is at 55, and I can change speeds by 5 miles an hour by tapping down, And then of course, if I put my foot on the brake, it'll turn off cruise control. So as a daily, this is an awesome car. Let's see if Apple CarPlay got set up yet. My USB cable is not the best, so that may be causing some issues for us, but let me plug my phone in one more time. You can see there's 2 USB ports there and an aux port. Yeah, this cable is very poorly plugged in, but there's 2 USBs and an aux, and then we have Apple CarPlay to load up super easily right there. So you can see I have my text messages, my phone, my music, Audi MMI, which is the interface that they use, and then if I scroll over, I can get to Spotify, and I can go to my library, I can browse, I can go to Now Playing, and then I can change songs, back, forward, just like your usual controls. And I'm going to turn that off because of copyright, but the Bang & Olufsen sound system in here sounds really good. And that is not Michael Bublé. That is Snoop Dogg. I have a very strange taste in music, I know. But the Apple CarPlay system works really well. It's easy to still be able to kind of use your phone but not be distracted while you're driving the car. And again, the biggest thing about this is how quiet it is inside. It's really comfortable. Over a little bit of a bumpier road, like you can see here, there's cracks and little bumps here and there. I can definitely feel it, but it's not too stiff. It's a very good amount, I'd say, where I wouldn't throw up or get annoyed by it, but it's also not like an S-Class smooth. But then also in the canyons, you can still get road feedback and power through them with a stiff enough suspension setup. So if I hit the buttons here, I can go up and down between comfort, auto, individual, and dynamic. The one annoying thing to me is that it doesn't cycle up and down. So there are up and down buttons here where it says drive select. I wish that, if I was just going down, comfort's the bottom right here, and I keep hitting the down button, nothing changes. So I have to hit up to go to auto or dynamic or individual. So I just wish that if you kept going down, go down. As you guys can see here, the orange lights on my left side, that is blind spot assist. If I turn my blinker on, it'll start flashing, telling me not to change lanes. And clearly I'm not gonna do that because there's a car right next to me, but it's got very good driver assistance. There is a package that will help you stop. So if you're going 23 miles an hour or under and you have that system turned on, then it will stop you completely from 23 to 0. If you're going at a little bit higher speed, it'll warn you of an object, braking in front of you, forward collision warning. It'll slow you down a little bit, but from what I understand, it doesn't stop you all the way. You do have parking assist in this car. So if we hit the button right here, has the parking system, so it has a rear view camera standard. This screen right here is standard. So you can shift manually with the paddles. And as you can see, the front of the car definitely lifts up a little bit, and you can feel the power coming through it. So it's a very nice mix of, daily comfort, and then if you wanna, you wanna have a little bit of fun with a powerful car, you can do that in this. So if you're looking for more of a daily and not as sporty of a car, I think the A4 is awesome. And then when you have those moments that you wanna go for a good drive, it'll totally handle it, especially if you get a Quattro. And I don't have much else to say about the car. I mean, it handles really well, super comfortable inside. The back seats actually have space, and there's 4 cup holders in here. The Bang & Olufsen sound system through Apple CarPlay sounds amazing. Not that you have to use CarPlay, you can just use regular Bluetooth or aux, but I've been playing music off Spotify, and it sounds really good. Let me play a little bit of Bon Iver here, and hopefully this video won't get taken down for copyright, but take a listen. So as you can see there, the audio system is super clean on this car, and it's just so comfortable. I mean, I got in, I set up the seat bolstering, and it was, perfect support on my back. Cruise control is super easy to set up. You have the stock right there. The controls are easy to manage, and the steering wheel feels really nice. It's a good size. It's a little bit on the smaller size, I'd say, compared to other cars in this class. Like the 4 Series feels a little bit bigger. It's definitely a thicker steering wheel. This one's nice for not as aggressive driving. So if you guys have any questions about the 2017 B4, please, A4 B9, sorry, please let me know in the comments down below. If you were looking at one and got a different car instead, or you actually ended up buying the A4, please let me know why. I'm really curious as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.